What's good, everyone? We're back for the round 15 review. So, as you can see, 2,287 we scored for the round. It was a pretty good week for us. We ranked 206 for it, and we over halved our rank. So, yeah, up to 271 for the season. As you can see, we did use 3 trades last week, so we just have the 5 available. So, we're kind of low on them, but look, the team's doing okay so far. I'm a little bit frustrated right now because this is the second time I've had to record this video. I recorded, you guys would have loved it, this absolute 45-minute masterpiece of me just dissecting through every single player, every single trade in SuperCoach, basically, every single potential option that you can think of. And then I finished recording, and what happened? The file got corrupted. I am never buying an Apple product ever again. Stupid QuickTime Player on my stupid MacBook. It wasted like 45 minutes to do all of that. And then, now I'm just recording it again. If anyone wants to meet me in real life, you can find me at JB Hi-Fi tomorrow in Chadstone, because I'm done with Apple. I'm buying a Windows PC from JB Hi-Fi. Like, seriously, I've had enough of this stupid Apple products. My phone, it's going in the bin after this. If anyone wants to buy it from me secondhand, you can. $4,000. Okay, anyway, into the team. Starting off, Luke Ryan, 93, pathetic. You've got to be kidding me. What? You should have stat pad now. Like, why didn't this come out 2 weeks ago? I would have traded you away for 670k. Now there's no point even. You're barely above 600k. And I can't. I'm too low on trades. I literally would have if this just came out a few weeks earlier. Very annoying. Sheasel, 117. Good. Houston, good. 102. Probably could have gotten a little bit more. Whatever. Hayden Young, the reincarnation of Dustin Martin. Seriously, 24 touches, 3 goals. This guy kicked. Very, very good game from him. The 10 coaches votes as well. So, look, it was a bit of a different role from what he's been playing earlier in the season. He's mainly been doing, pretty much complete midfield. And now he's doing the striker role, going midfield, then pushing forward, kicking goals, which he did very well here. As we can see, just a 58 CBAs, one of his lower ones for the season, second lowest. So, a bit less midfield time, but hey, it culminated in getting a better score, so I'm all for it, if that's what he keeps on doing. And he did it against Gold Coast, which isn't the worst competition. Nick Martin, 112. Okay, so he scored well here in this game against West Coast. But again, it's just West Coast playing away from home. Even though West Coast actually did decent. But again, they're still not the toughest opposition. I'm still kind of wanting to trade Nick Martin now, because I just don't think he's that good. His ball user was really good in this game. It was. I think he barely got any clangers. And he was, very, very efficient with his touches. If we can see... he only had the 21 touches. He did miss a goal from close range, which would have helped him. But, look, still scored 112, not the worst. I'm just kind of unsure. If I was trading him, who would I trade him to? I would consider maybe a Bailey Dale or something. But to be honest, Bulldogs' run for designated kickers is difficult. If we go on this, then we can see, Des kicks, negative 3.17. That's actually the largest loss of any team. So, they've got a difficult run to come. So, probably not Bailey Dale. Anyway, maybe an Elliot Yeo, to be honest with you. How much is he? 542. Interesting. They've got a good run to come. West Coast midfielders. So, that could be an option. It could be. Who they got? Hawthorn this week, then Melbourne. Brisbane at home. It's not too bad. St Kilda away. Fremantle. Gold Coast, North, Carlton. Interesting. And he's probably not going to get tagged, because they'd probably tag Harley Reid before him. So, interesting there. Okay, now Dawson, Reid both did not play. Bontempelli did not play. Davies-Uniacke. So, I called this. So, 148, vice-captain Tim. I did say this, I forecasted it last week. I was saying, Melbourne are out of form. Obviously, North Melbourne are playing them. Last week, they just played them. And, I said that in my first video for last week on the Monday. Then I was like, look, on the Thursday, when I made my later video, I was like, Davies-Uniacke, there's news come out that he's having scans. But if he plays, I'm still going to trade him in, and I'm still going to vice captain him. So yeah, I ended up doing that. I ended up following through, and yeah, he delivered, played very well. So he's played well the past few weeks. So the 3 guys we've basically sidewaysed the last 3 weeks into our team have been Davies, Uniacke, Goulden, and Grundy. All 3 performed very well so far. So those have all been very pleasing signs, and happy with all of them. All in form hot players right now. So yeah, hot on form. So that's been good. Goulden, yeah, as I was saying there, 151, played very well against GWS. Surprised he didn't get tagged, to be honest, by Bedford, but yeah, I mean, I would have definitely tagged him if I was the GWS head coach, but it's up to him to decide. I mean, I didn't want him to get tagged because I got him, but yeah, I mean, I think clearly the right move would have been to tag him. But in saying that, Chad Warner's also very good as well, so pick your poison at the end of the day. Zach Merritt, look, so Ruben Ginby, whatever, did go to him, but he didn't hard tag him. It was more just go match up at stoppages. And Jack Caldwell was playing so well that Ginby ended up going to him partway through the game. So yeah, Merritt got off the leash a little bit. Again, it was only West Coast away from home, which aren't too difficult to match up. So good score from him, happy with that. Strong 121, yeah, good fight back game. He'd been down on form the last few weeks, so yeah, this was good to see from him. Hopefully he's a bit refreshed now post-bye, even though they had him in round 13, but anyway. Butters 123, yeah, this is a good score still despite the loss. Again, he did get tagged the week before, and in this one, yeah, he and Lockie Neal just mashed up on each other, played no defense whatsoever, either of them, just full attacking, and yeah, they both ended up getting pretty good scores. Walsh 110, that was good to see from him. I feel like he gets scored harshly. He definitely could have scored a bit more than this, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess is his efficiency just not good enough? Does he have a few too many clangers? I guess so. But look, I mean, he seems like he has a lot of impact on games. I reckon he had, 31 touches in this game. Should have been at least a 120 in my opinion. But it is what it is. Kyle Brown 21. Yeah, so was a sub. Got that last holding the ball there late in the game, so that would have helped him. Would have been a fair few amount of points, so that was good. Hopefully he can get full games from now on, but I'm not even sure he keeps his spot. Who knows? Tristan Salem got subbed out there. That was very interesting as well. But yeah, Gorn 114 against Cherry is an alright score. Grundy 124. You take that as well, certainly. Like I said, 150 last week when we traded him in. 124 this week. Definitely not complaining. He's been very good trading. And I think, in hindsight, what the right move would have been was... So waiting until Grundy's bye and then trading him out and then going to Lloyd Meek at the time, which is what I did. But then after I got on Lloyd Meek, then I tried to do Jordan Sweet and then Ned Moyle and everything. What I should have done is after I traded out Lloyd Meek, just gone back to Grundy. So it just should have been started the season with Grundy, avoid his 2 buys and go to Lloyd Meek, then go back to Grundy at the end. And that would have been the best move. I didn't end up doing it, and I wasted a lot more trades, and probably lost a lot more points. But besides that, I think it was okay. Visentini obviously didn't play, but yeah. Anyway, we got Grundy back in, so DeConning's playing really well, and I think if you had English or something, you would definitely look to trade him. Me personally, I'm fine with these two. I mean, look, they're each around 650k now, so yeah, I don't really see much reason to trade either of them out. They're both playing very well. I think, yeah, it's still the R1 and R2 for the season. I know DeConning, yeah, like I said, is really pushing them. What's his average up? Sam DeConning's also very interesting, to be honest. If he's going to keep playing as a ruckman. I mean, he also played very well, Sam DeConning, and 320k. I mean, we're looking at Tom here. But, yeah, 101 average. What does that get to by the end of the season? Maybe 110? But I think he's got some harder ruck opponents now. Sam DeConning could be interesting. I'd like to see... he still put up 135 as well. It's not like he played bad. He definitely didn't. I'm just a little bit unsure how he goes. You know, if he gets that full-time ruck status, I honestly could trade him down from Nick Martin. And, he could genuinely average 110, 115. And that'll probably be the move. But it's just, is he going to get that role? It honestly wouldn't be too bad to play if you had him as, your... D7, to be honest, if you could do that. But yeah, I don't have the cash for that. So yeah, unless I could swap Nick Martin in, because again, we're still 1 premium short. So I could swap Nick Martin in the midfield, put Sam De Koning back in there, trading out Fraser. But probably not. Anyway, okay, let's see now. So, yeah, we covered them. Flanders 117, played well here again. Yeah, I think started the game in defence, push up to the midfield as it went on. I mean, he plays well anywhere, so no matter where he plays, I think he's good, definitely. Heaney 112, good game again from him. Zorko 104, good game from him as well. Moore did not play. Fisher played well, especially got better as the game wore on. And Keano 118, kicked 5 on debut for the Paragon. So that was very good. Good to see from him. I know he was getting like his knee checked out a little bit at quarter time, but again, he still kicked 3 goals post quarter time, so I think he's fine from that. So yeah, should be fine there. And yeah, I really was weighing up like Keano or Rankin. I would have gone someone like Rankin, but I just didn't have the cash. So yeah, and I think I'm fine with not going Rankin. I think I'm fine with fading, just because if we look at their matchup, like they got negative 1.58 for the rest of the season. That's quite low when you compare it to other teams. They've got I think the second worst behind Sydney matchups for inside midfielders, which Rankins are going to be playing. Like GWS this week is tough. Brisbane is tough. St Kilda may not be so tough, but he might cop the Windtaker tag. I reckon Windtaker could probably either go to Dawson, Laird, or Rankin. So yeah, one of those 3. And then yeah, anyway, not sure who will get. I think, yeah, these games aren't too bad. Hawthorn's a bit tough. Western Bulldogs are a bit tough. And Port and Sydney to finish are a bit difficult as well. So, yeah, I'm fine with fading Rankin, but we'll see. We'll see. And then, yeah, Richards hopefully comes back this week playing Gold Coast. Even if he doesn't, I think he'll be back next week. But yeah, as you can see, okay, so we've only got 5 trades left. So it's obviously not many. We do have cash in the bank. So what I'm originally thinking right now is waiting for about 3 weeks. And then I'm going to basically have Fraser hopefully be around 330k-ish. Hopefully you get about 60k over the next 3 weeks. That might even be wishful thinking. And then I go Fraser to a midfielder for about 530k or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or I can also do Richards down and Fraser up. And that'll leave me with 3 trades. Potentially. Yeah. Could do that. Because yeah, if Richards plays another 2 or 3 games, should get up to around at least 250k. Hopefully more like 280k. Because he's got quite low break even still. Negative 36. So yeah, averaging 89 is crazy. Imagine if he kept playing and he didn't get injured. We'd probably be up to 400k right now or something. Probably not that much. 350k maybe. But yeah. And then, okay, what I am thinking, because yeah, we could do that with Fraser, wait a few weeks and everything. Although, what that's really going to mean is, again, if we play Fraser at M8, because this is how we line up for the week, so we got a full premium team besides M8, and we got Fraser there. Well, yeah, if Fraser's averaging, say, 65, what he's averaging now, we're probably losing 40 points a week on our competitors for the next 3 weeks. So that's 120 points for the season. I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a risk. And this might not pay off. But I think we're just going to go Rosie at M9. And at M8. I would love to have him at M9. And probably a lot of teams will. But for me, I just don't think I can. And look, he got a 111 last week. He seems like he's hitting a bit of form. And look at his starts of the season. He was averaging 116 over the first 5 games. Even if you included 65. He got injured in this game. Which, I mean, he got 91, 66 minutes of game time. He's going to get a high score there. I mean, 108 after his first 6 games, which were full games. So that was good. And then, yeah, 111, as we can see here. Played well again. So he looks like he's back in some sort of form. 28 touches, 7 tackles. So yeah, that looks pretty good to me, I reckon. Hasn't kicked a goal yet since he's returned. Did he kick it behind against North? But yeah, look, we need to take a bit of a risk and we need to get someone here. Because even if Rosie doesn't score the best, I think what will happen is he'll probably get up to around 500k in 3 weeks' time, because his break-even's around 50. So we can just use him as the guy that goes up in price and then upgrade him later, to another midfielder, rather than having Fraser be there in that spot. So I think it's probably the move which we're going to do. Trading out Tom Green. We traded out Tom Green a few weeks ago. That hurt this week. It definitely did, but at the end of the day, you need to take some risks sometimes. We also traded out Matt Rowell, and that looks like it's paid off. We traded out Jack Steele during this week because he had his bye. We'll see what he scores in the second half of the season, but that could pay off as well. Because again, we traded out Tom Green. Tom Green was kind of a downgrade, so yeah, that was involved in the Brody Grundy trade. Matt Rowell was involved in the Errol Goulden trade, and then Jack Steele was involved with Davies Uniacke. So it's kind of you can't just look at what you've lost. You've got to look at what you gained as well. So sure, Tom Green scored 150, but we also had Errol Goulden in that time who's averaged more, or Brody Grundy or something, so it's okay. It's okay that we traded him out. If we wanted to trade Fraser to Green, I'll show you how much we're off if we just traded him back out. This is how much we're off. About, 8k. So we couldn't do that. To be honest, though, again, I think that's probably fortunate, because I think that's not the move I want to go. I don't want to go him. I'd much rather go Rosie. Yeah, a lot of people trading him in as well this week. He's pretty much bottomed out in price. If you look at Port Adelaide's run to come for the rest of the year, I think it's pretty good. Again, at an M9, there's pretty little risk associated with Rosie, but at an M8, there is definitely a lot more. I think if we look at this run, St Kilda this week, he's not going to get tagged. You wouldn't think. Berry did seem like he was going to butt us a little bit, but I think it was more just around the ground, kind of matching up at stoppages rather than a hard tag or anything like that. And again, I think if anyone gets tagged at Port Adelaide, it's going to be Butters or it's going to be Horn Francis. I highly doubt it would be Rosie, unless he starts getting into a lot of form, which in that case, he'll have scored anyway, which would be good. So, yeah, I don't think Rosie would get tagged, really. And then Dogs should be an okay matchup. It is at Adelaide Oval. Gold Coast, Fremantle played well against them, but that one will be at their home ground, at Gold Coast home ground. Richmond should be a good matchup. Carlton may be a bit difficult, certainly. Sydney would be difficult. Melbourne should be on the easier side. Adelaide should be on the easier side. And Fremantle might be a bit difficult. But, what did Rosie score against Fremantle earlier this year? Put up a 125 against them. So, yeah, there's definitely potential. 1 or 2 against Melbourne, 90 against Richmond. So, yeah, look, there's potential there, certainly. There definitely is. So, that's what I'm thinking right now. If we just go through players, and we look at everyone who's playing, if we go through, positions-wise. Jack Sinclair. So, coming back in this week, 128. Yeah, he's been killing it. He's a bit expensive, though, for me. So, I think I'm going to pass him up, personally. I think if we look at St Kilda's run for inside mids, 1.18, Port and Sydney. So, given they've got 2 hard games in a row, I'm going to skip him. Dale, I showed before. He's got a bit of a hard run. Elliot Yeo is a really interesting one. I would potentially look at him. He's very interesting. So, yeah. Then, just Whitfield. I'd pass on Whitfield, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone there that's relevant. Will Powell came back in this week, but not going to trade him or anything. Trent Rivers is an interesting one as well, but I think if we're looking at premium options, I think there's better options. Midfielders. Okay, so in-form midfielders you could get. Lachie Neale is a good one. And I would get him, but I just don't have the cash. So, yeah, surely you think that he gets tagged. He's got Melbourne this week. Surely a Neil Bullen or something goes to him, Surely. Max Michelini hopefully goes to him the week after. Because I don't have him. So, yeah, I don't really want him to score too well. West Coast, probably not going to tag him. Sydney, Gold Coast, probably not really going to get tagged much for the rest of the year. Besides St Kilda, Windhager would definitely go to him again. But besides that, yeah. So that would be difficult. Let's see, anyone else? Will Day. So I was talking about getting Will Day in. However, he's just a bit expensive. I would like him in, though. I think he's still a good pick. He's just a bit expensive for me. West Coast and Geelong to come though. Good matchups. Fremantle and Collingwood honestly aren't too bad either. Both at home for Hawthorn. And then Adelaide's also a good matchup. GWS is a bit difficult. And Collingwood's a bit difficult. But yeah, Richmond and North to finish off. I think they've got a pretty good run, Hawthorn. So yeah, that's why I'm happy to keep having Dylan Moore as well in the team. Anyone else here we could go? Like Dunkley, but probably not. Although he's pretty cheap, Josh Dunkley. He's only 8k cheaper than Day though. So probably not. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I would say. Okay, ruck-wise, not too many. I mean, again, DeConning's killing it, but if you wanted to do it, this is pretty much your last week, I would say. Otherwise, he's just going to be too expensive. He's going to be like 640k next week, probably. 636 they're projecting for him, and that's only a 123. You could score above that, definitely. I mean, you could have done it last week or 2 weeks ago. It would have definitely been a bit better. But, yeah, anyway, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get him in. But I think if you had, like, an English or something, I would definitely look at it. And then forwards-wise, Rankin's, again, the one that's probably most likely to come in if I was to trade in a forward. But, again, just a bit inconsistent for me. And I think Adelaide have a tough run home, I believe I was showing before. So I'll look to avoid him. Brisbane forwards are playing well, but I'm not going to trade them in. I'm happy with Kerno, having him. Right here he is. And yeah, Jackson did not play well. A lot of people had Jackson as well. It surprises me still how many people have him, to be completely honest with you. Like, if we look at his ownership, again, I had him at the start of the year. And I traded him after I traded him here after round 4 when he was top price, 597k, so nearly 600k. I traded him, banked all this, and went down. And that really helped me out a lot. And I'm surprised not more people did it. Like, literally only 0.1% of people did it that week. A bit more did it, around nearly 2% did it the week after, and even more the week after. But you already lost a lot of value. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. I mean, he did have a 154 and a 115, but overall, he hasn't been going spectacular. So, the ruck cover is nice that he provides, sure, but besides that, it is what it is. And Joel Marty, I'm sure some people traded him in after he scored that 180. Yeah, 1.1% of people traded him in, and he scored a 26. Jeez. 4 frees against. Yeah, and 0 goals. Damn. That's crazy. Anyway, so that's pretty much what we're thinking there. Look, the Sam DeConning one tempts me. It actually does. If we did that, what we would do is, yeah, like, sub in a Nick Martin there and go with DeConning. And do that. Because DeConning could average, like, 110, 115 for the rest of the year. Like, let's look at what his stats were on the weekend. He only had 20 touches, only 20 hitouts. He did kick a goal, 5 tackles. I mean, he could do it, you know. He can do it. He can score well if he plays full-time ruck, but I'm just not sure that he does. What's his break even? 34. He will go up a lot this week, but I think we can still afford to get him next week, even if he scores well. So we'll probably let him have another week at it. We'll keep a close eye, though, but that will get us only down to 3 trades if we do trade him. And that also makes Nick Martin quite expendable if we do that. If we did that, that would mean instead of Rosie. We could do... No, I need more trades. I need like 8 trades to do this. But we could have done instead Nick Martin instead of Rosie, swap up there, Sam DeConning into this D6 spot, and then next week trade Nick Martin to like Lachie Neale. We could do that. But, yeah, we just don't have the trades for it, to be honest with you. Yeah. And then after a few weeks, Sam DeConning goes up to a lot more. Goes up to like 550k. And then you trade him to like Bailey Dale or something. Not Bailey Dale, but another, maybe like an Elliot Yeo or something. But we would need like another 3 trades. And we've just used too many trades. So, yeah, probably can't do that. But that would be a good kind of watch if you wanted to. I think for me personally, I'm just going to do these trades for the moment. And then, yeah. Cover-wise, I mean, again, Will Dawson swaps with Zach Fisher if I needed defensive cover. Midfield cover, I'll have Billy Dowling, Kane Brown if he's playing as well. And then forward cover, hopefully Joe Richards from now on. Otherwise, Dowling can swap, only with a few guys though, if they're not playing. So, bit risky, to be honest with you. I think if I have a player not play from now on, I'm just going to trade them. Because I've got the trades. I can cover 4 games. So, yeah. Because, I mean, realistically, like with 58k in the bank, if I have a player not play from now on, I'm going to trade them. And I'm going to treat it as basically a luxury upgrade. And just go up to someone that I want. Like if a midfielder doesn't play from now on, like if Sam Walsh doesn't play from now on, I'll trade him to Lachie Neale, you know, and that's a luxury upgrade basically. Or if if any of these guys don't play, I'll just trade them to some defender premium that I want. Like if Luke Ryan doesn't play, I'll trade him to Elliot Yeo, you know. So it's basically like a luxury upgrade rather than just like an injury cover, even though the injury would be just for 1 week or something, or if someone gets suspended or something, if that makes sense. But anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking there. Look, I can't do too much with the amount of trades that I have. I've only got 4 left. Hopefully Rosie goes well from here, but yeah, we'll see. We will see. Captaincy-wise this week. Okay, so Dacos against Gold Coast is quite a good matchup, I reckon. He's got good form against them as well. Yeah, 149, 143. Ryan, not with Fremantle not chipping the ball around. Sheasel, 117. Not a captaincy option though. Houston, 102. Against St Kilda is a good matchup. It is. But I don't know if I trust him with the captaincy, especially because that's later in the round. Young, again, playing the striker role. But yeah, I don't trust him against Sydney. Martin, against Geelong. But again, he's playing half forward flank. So yeah, it's an interesting role now that Martin's got. He's definitely not playing half back anymore or anything like that. He's playing half forward flank. He even had a few CBAs. Not that many, but he had a few. If we look at it. Here he is. Yeah, 17%, 4% the game before. So he's not having many, but he's having a few. And then, okay, Bontempelli against North Melbourne could be a good matchup. However, I feel like Will Phillips might go to him. Davies Uniacke against Bulldogs in that same game could be a good matchup as well. I'm liking that one. We might go there. Although if he matches up against Tom Liberatore is good defensively. He is. So I'm not so sure about that. Goulden against Fremantle is actually a good matchup, to be honest with you as well. Could look there. Merritt against Geelong is a good matchup as well. They're not going to tag. O'Connor's not tagging anymore. Didn't tag Walsh last week, so you could do that. Sarong against Sydney. He does have good form against them. He scored a 150 on them earlier in the year, so we could do that. But I think probably not, just because Sydney are difficult. This time it's actually at the SCG as well. Butters against St Kilda. Again, probably a tag by Windhager, so probably not. Walsh against Richmond is a good matchup. Does he have good form against them? Not super form, not really captaincy scores. And again, he just hasn't been scoring that well. It's so crazy. That first game back, he scored 166, and he hasn't even looked close to it since, really. 166, 130 still have been his top 2 scores, and he hasn't even broke 120 since then. And he's done some good matchups. Melbourne were kind of difficult there. But Geelong was there for the taking, it really was. Richmond, he should score well in here. Otherwise, it's crazy. Rosie, we're not going to look to captain Rosie, but hopefully he scores at least 100, 105 average from here on. Again, we can potentially trade him later in the season, but we'll see. If we did, who's got a good matchup for the last few rounds? Maybe I think Geelong's got a good matchup, but they don't really have any midfielders I'd trade for. North Melbourne, but I've got the North Melbourne mids. Hawthorn have a good matchup the last 2 weeks. So maybe it's a Will Day we trade to in the last 2 weeks of the season if we can go Rosie to him. But yeah, anyway. Gawn, would we captain him? Against Brisbane, not really. He scored 0 the last time he played at the Gabba against Brisbane, so we won't do him. Grundy against Freo. Sean Darcy and Luke Jackson's a difficult ruck combo to score on, particularly Sean Darcy. So, yeah, Even though it's at the SCG, I think he's a safe option. Safe around 120, I reckon. But probably not going to look to captain him. What has he been scoring at the SCG? So 139, 99. I think that was his lowest, wasn't it, at the SCG? 158, 143, 117. He only scored 1 or 2 against Fremantle last time. That was at Optus, though. And I believe Sean Darcy did play that game as well. 153, 153. So yeah, I mean, he's been going crazy at the SCG, that's for sure. But I think just given the matchup, I'll probably not look there. But he's been going well at the Grundy, obviously. Flanders, against Collingwood, I think is a good matchup. Collingwood do give up points to designated kickers. If we look at them, Collingwood. Yeah, plus 5.84. So they do give up points. And yeah, really the designated kicker role is so interesting. Like, I mean, years past, you definitely look to pick a midfielder in the defensive line if there was one. Like, let's say how we've done with the Hayden Young. He's a midfielder that's playing defense, so we pick him. But honestly, the designated kicker role is just getting like progressively so much stronger and stronger that you almost look to just fully pick defenders, fully pick people with that designated kicker role. Even maybe a 7th defender if you could. Like someone like, I don't know, if I could swap up, I don't know. If there's a designated kicker, you would pick them, but I don't know really. But anyway, the role is very strong, and yeah, it's almost as strong as an inside midfielder position is, to be honest. But I think it definitely does require the right type of player to actually play it. You can't just put anyone back there. But yeah, I mean, Zach Fisher's playing very well there, and I mean, he wasn't scoring too much when he was playing any other position on the ground for premium-wise. But anyway. Heaney, Captaincy against Fremantle, probably not. Zorko against Melbourne is a good matchup. I do like that one. Yeah. More against West Coast. Hopefully he scores well in this game, but it's late in the round, and I'm not going to trust him as a small forward there. Fisher against the Dogs, but Dogs don't give up many points to designated kickers. And Kano against Richmond, hopefully he kicks 5 again, but not for a captaincy or anything. So I think out of that, the guys that I'm looking most towards is probably Dacos, Bontempelli, Davies-Uniacke, Goulden, and Zorko. I reckon those 5. I think I definitely want to include Dacos in there. I reckon. Yeah, coming off a bye, he should be good. Should be. And then I reckon Davies-Uniacke. Yeah. I don't know. There's a few options in these 2 games. North and Dogs and Sydney and Fremantle. I'm looking at a Goulden as well. It's interesting. I guess I'll keep it like this for now, but I feel like I could switch to a Goulden. But I'll keep it like this for now. I mean, I don't know, what's the likelihood that Davies-Uniacke puts up 3 150s in a row, basically? 147, 148. Put up a 152 there. It's crazy for the people that don't have him. Like, look at the scores, you got to have this guy. He's been going crazy, So, same as Goulden. He's been going absolutely wild as well. 131, 157, 106, 151. You got to have him, Neil as well has been going crazy. So, yeah, it's just, I would get Neil. It's just the tags, like, he's just such a big tag risk. 168, 79, he got tagged a bit, I think. No, actually, no, he didn't get tagged in that game. But 162 popped off again. 110, 134, got tagged, 70, 149. So really, if you take out this 70 game, I mean, look at that 6-round average. Absolutely insane. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. He's probably going to get tagged just because of how good he is. So, yeah, I mean, Billy Dowling is playing against, he's got GWS, but you probably wouldn't look to captain him. I mean, he's only playing his 3rd game. Kynan Brown might be the sub, so you wouldn't look to captain him either. And Joe Richards, again, a small forward. Bodie Euland's pretty good. He'll probably take him. You wouldn't look to captain him there against Gold Coast. So, Yeah, that's probably all. Livingston as a ruck, but he's probably not going to play. Dawson Reed probably won't play, so you wouldn't captain them. Lazaro probably won't play. And Vicentini, you wouldn't captain either. Although St Kilda do give up a lot of points to rucks. But he's probably not going to play. But he might, actually. Sorta got dropped. I reckon Sweet should get dropped, because he did not do anything to McInerney last week. McInerney just kicked 3 goals on him. I think that was a career high for him. So he could. But probably not, and I probably wouldn't look to captain him. I probably wouldn't even play him over Grundy or Gorn. So, yeah. Emergencies also, because we got to start doing this now that buys are over. So I'll just do that. Probably loop Rosie and Dowling, just for the sake of it, I guess. May as well keep looping. And then, yeah, we can loop Richards and Cano. Yeah, if we need to. Lazaro. We can't loop with Lazaro. We can't loop with Brown either. Well, we can only loop with Lazaro if Brown's playing. Otherwise, we can't loop with Dowling and Rosie. So, that's just that. But yeah, this is probably how we're going to line up for this week. Sam DeConning is very interesting. If I had more trades, I would look at it. But probably not at this point in the season. Hopefully, he doesn't go up too much. And then maybe as defender, maybe we pick him next year. As maybe he's got ruck defender status. And we just pick him as a defender. Who knows? That could be very interesting. But anyway, yeah, for this year, we can't do many more trades. Again, I just love trading. I'm addicted to it, you know. That's why I'm going to become an ASX day trader. Well, that's why I should, at least, because I'm addicted to trading. And then you can do unlimited trades. The projected this week at Cooked as well. Look how high that is. 2,603 with a 72 on field for Rosie. It doesn't even look that high. Gorn's only projected as 79 as well. Kerner's only 69. That's crazy. Yeah. How is this so high? Yeah, that's crazy. Gordon 139, Dacos 144 as captain, Flanders 148. I guess so. Zorko 128, Heaney 122. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty much that. So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.